Pulmonary, what brings blood to the heart? Vein. This is my pulmonary vein. Here is this is my pulmonary trunk. Right, so see here? So here's my aorta right here. Here's my aortic arch right here. This is the pulmonary trunk, right? So this is my pulmonary artery. Here's your pulmonary vein. Here's your pulmonary artery. Right? This is also pulmonary artery right here, or pulmonary vein right here. So here is my aorta. Over here, what's left here of the superior vena cava. Right? So here's the opening for the superior vena cava that you see right here. So superior vena cava, aorta, pulmonary artery, and pulmonary vein, right? So SVC, aorta, pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein. Make sense? So you need to know these holes for the heart. I want you to know that. I want you to know this is the interventricular septum. I want you to know that this is the right ventricle. This is the left ventricle. Here is your atria, your left atria. Here's your right atria. Here is the chordae tendineae. This part that you see right here, this is the papillary muscle. Right. And then over here you can see the auricles. So here you can see the auricle, right, with the trabeculae, or sorry, not the trabeculae carneae, the pectinate muscle. The trabeculae carneae is what you find here and here. So this is your trabeculae carneae. Up here you can see the pectinate muscle. So the pectinate muscle is on the auricles. The function of the pectinate muscle is to prevent excessive stretching of the atria. Because what's coming in, especially from the SVC and the pulmonary, and both atrias, high amounts of blood is coming in at high pressure. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that that atria doesn't get too stretched, because if it gets too stretched, it's going to make it harder to push the blood forcefully into the ventricles. Now, I stated last time that you can live with severe dysfunction of the atria. This is true. You can live with it. But optimal cardiovascular function would be significantly degraded if you don't have that, what we call the atrial kick. So, what happens when you jump, right? So you need to jump. What do you do? You dip down. What do? You stretch those muscles. Same thing happens with the atria. Large amount of blood comes into the left and the right atria. It stretches a little bit, and then what does the pectinate muscle do? It contracts more forcefully. So this gives you what we call that atrial kick. This allows you to push that blood more forcefully into the ventricles. The more forcefully you push blood in the ventricles then stretch a little bit and then squirt out their blood. This helps improve cardiac function when you're doing something physically stressful or physically demanding. So that little bit of atrial and ventricular kick allows you to pump the blood more forcefully, having a greater what we call ejection fraction and a greater cardiac output. So if I have damage to my atria, I can live a long and healthy life, but I'm not going to be doing anything remotely strenuous. I'm not going to be doing any types of physical activity. Anything more strenuous than a brisk walk is going to be very problematic. All right, so the SVC, the aorta, the pulmonary artery, and pulmonary vein. So know those four holes. Know the four chambers. Know the tendae caudinae, the papillary muscle, the pectinate muscle, and the trabeculae carneae, the interventricular septum, the base, and the apex, and I think, and the sulcus.
Where's your bi and tri?
Where's
your bi and tri?
So where would be the bicuspid and the tricuspid?
On each side.
So tell me where the bicuspid and tricuspid valve would be. So this is the...
That's the tri.
This is
it's
the
on the right
this
side.
is your left. This is your... So remember, right?
There we go. If you're looking at it anterior way, it's on the right.
Yeah, this is your tricuspid valve. This is your bicuspid valve. So this is your right ventricle. This would be your right AV valve, which is known as the tricuspid valve, and then this is your left AV valve, which is your bicuspid valve, otherwise known as the mitral valve. So this is your tricuspid, this is your bicuspid or mitral valve.
Awesome.
So what do we need to know for the practical? The 4 holes, the two atria, the 2 ventricles, know the chordae, tendonae, pectinate muscle, papillary muscle, trabeculae carinae, the interventricular septum, the interventricular sulcus, and then know where the valves would be. So this would be the tricuspid, and this would be the bicuspid, otherwise known as the mitral valve. Not too hard? Doable? All right, guys, have at it.